Hi guys, it's Chrome Zone here. Welcome to my humble abode. If you haven't met me before, I love to make music production tutorials and music myself. Today, we're gonna do a very cool tutorial on how to make music on the Ableton Push 2. It's gonna be a really cool tutorial. Really quick. I'll show you as much as I know, as quick as possible. Let's hop right in. First thing to do is start our Ableton Push. And to do that, we've got this little button up here. We just press the on button and there we go, it's shining bright. This is the note mode. I can select my scale. That's always the first thing that I usually do when I'm starting to write some music, is selecting a scale. So usually I'll go to some minor scale, maybe like an F minor scale. After that, I've got my scale. I can either go chromatic, so that means it'll play like any note on the keyboard. Or I could just go in key and it's kind of like a cheat sheet. Basically, the way that I look at the Ableton Push keyboard is by looking at like a guitar. So you've got your bass note, which is the F in the F minor key, and then I've got the octave up. Kind of like a guitar scale. Another way to do it is like this. And it's all aligned in fourths. You could do it in thirds. With triads, the best way that I can play my triads, my basic major or minor chords, is just in this position. There you go, there's a minor chord right there if you want to switch to the major scale. The layout easily. This is another sequencer, so if you just press buttons, there you go. You've also got this sort of sequencer, so you just press this button. Let's say you want this note, and then you just do this. Best thing I can teach you here is the octave, so if you want to go up an octave, or down an octave, that's how you do it. And it shows up here which octave range you're in. You've got your mute, so it only plays this. Or you could go solo, only plays this once again. Or stop clip, which will mainly be in your clip view. Another thing you always want to make sure you have on is the automate section. This is your play button, metronome, tapping the tempo, just like Ableton. Recording. Let's record a sequence and play around with these settings so I can show you how to use them. So you can change your tempo just with this knob. There you go. Yeah, 95, sick. Alright, so I'm gonna have the metronome on because I've pressed this button, and basically I'm just gonna record something real quick. The quantize button keeps it in time. If we want to add a device, just go device, add device. So from here we have this setting, and basically we can get our audio effects up here. So I want this, that's exactly what I want. Load here. Alright, so now it's going to load your instrument. So now I've got my effect type here, and basically I can control that parameter, and that's why this is important, because I can now record in the automation from here. So I'm going to press record here and control this parameter. The way to overdub the automation inside of Ableton, using this, you got to make sure that the arrangement overdub option is turned on and start recording the automation here. After this, you want to make a drum loop. So let's go into our drums. We've got some drums. Let's say we want a kick drum pattern, recording in eighths. That way, every note is a eighth note, aka quarter note. You could do it that way, or you could easily just record them in just by pressing the record button and then having some fun. If you want to add an extra track or something like that, you could do that here. Let's say we want to have a MIDI track. just the default, we press the load, and there we go. I'm going to load up a session, and I'll show you how I like to organize and create my sessions to record. What we have here is a session that I created yesterday, and we have all these different segments of parts. So this is basically the idea of what I wanted to create inside of Ableton for a live sort of recording performance for my videos. So basically what I do is I get all of my parts. So let's say this is going to have 4 different parts. So I go Command J to consolidate. I copy or Control C, and then I press Tab to get to the other screen. I've already set this up, but let's just use this as an example. I go to my sidechain channel right there, and I just click Control V to paste it in. And then basically from there, I always go to my mix menu, and then from the note menu, we now go to the session. And the session is going to show all the selected parts for you to be able to perform each part separately. So this is what it's going to sound like. From there, we can actually automate our devices. So you want to go to your supposable automated device that you want to automate. So the thing that I want to automate is the whole channel of the melody, which is something that I always do. So I go device, and then I click on my melody, and then that gives you the whole bunch of selectors of what effects you want to control. So I always go to auto filter, and from there I will record something in using my auto filter. Using these, just do a little mini performance for you guys. And there you go, that's how you record a song from the session view into arrangement view. Let's press tab, let's have a look. And there you go, it's all recorded in there. So basically, the way that I exchanged from each different part is before the 4th bar or whatever bar the part changes, I always 1 bar before or a second before I click the next section. So that's how I go between the sections, otherwise it's going to play before the next section is actually supposed to begin. So yeah, that's how you do it inside of Ableton Live, recording the different parts and the sections from session mode into arrangement mode, and recording your songs and making it look really cool. Thank you so much for watching my video on how to make music on the Ableton Push 2. If you learned heaps of information, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. You'll be getting more tutorials in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.